Welcome to Plastic Profiles. I'm Agent Chuckles, and with me, as always,
Steve the Writing Dad.
Steven the Writing Dad. We have a great show for you guys today here on Plastic Profiles. But before we get into that, let me just say what we do here at Plastic Profiles, just in case we have someone new who's checking us out for the first time.
Yeah.
Sees some handsome gentlemen in the icon, the thumbnails. They're like, who are these guys? What are these guys all about?
Who are these amazing, handsomely dressed guys? Like,
what could they possibly be talking about? All their model wives? Well, sometimes we do talk about that, but mostly
our rich Playboy lifestyles.
Mostly
in my hoodie. Like,
yeah, I'm only hiding in my closet because the rest of my house is 24 karat gold. What we do here
like to walk amongst the common folk. Like,
yeah. I hide in here with Harry Potter just to humble myself.
I feel closer to my fellow man.
Yes, the common man, the little man. What we do here at Plastic Profiles is we review a classic G.I. Joe file card and then compare the corresponding action figure and then compare it with the current classified interpretation to determine which of those two characters is better reflected in that file card. So basically the file card paints a picture and we're deciding which figure looks more like that file card. That file card. One day I'm going to have this script down. I write it down, but when I say it out loud, it doesn't sound right. So
did you tell what I was doing with my hands?
I could feel your moral support. I
was there with you, but I know like halfway through.
I wanted to do this, so it was like we were holding hands.
I know, right here. But at some point, I was like pretending I had a slinky, so I was just like, I gotta disclaim that because you do like this. You know what I mean? That could go a different way. I go, hell. So slinky.
You can get a job on the farm.
Slinky. Oh.
So once we decide which figure of the figures, or because once we decide which figure is the ultimate of that character, is more like the file card, then we do casting call.
Yes.
Where we have one rule. And that rule is the actor or actress we pick to be the Joe or Cobra character has to be from the state or country that the Joe or Cobra is from. Sometimes we don't do that rule, but that's the one rule.
That's right, because we're rebels.
Yeah. We're loners, Dottie. We're rebels. Anyway, so let's get to the show. So today, our subject is Roadblock. Now, you might be wondering, hey, Agent Chuckles, there's a little more glare coming from your side than normal. It's because today is Bald Solidarity Day. I refuse to hide it any longer. I am bald and proud. Darn it. Just like my man Marvin right here.
Oh my God, you've struggled so much.
We're Twinkies. Oh, it's held me back from everything.
Well, I could imagine, you don't start off real well going into, elementary school bald.
It's just sheer perseverance.
Very Lex Luthor vibes, bro.
Well, I was an evil genius. It's true.
That's the thing. Scare people.
Right.
Alienate them.
Yeah. So we're looking at the 1984 G.I. Joe Roadblock character figure, and we're looking at the classified heavy artillery Roadblock. Now, you folks familiar with the classified brand might be going, Agent Chuckles, there's a Roadblock made in the classified line that's not in here. And I would say to you, that's not the right Roadblock. That's heavy duty. Steven the Writing Dad, I'm looking down at you. Don't worry about this. I know you don't understand this yet.
I
played like Brady Bunch. And then one day when this host met his co-host, and they just all right. Oh, I got a screen popped up on my. Can I click that? Okay. So let's get into this.
All right, let's do it.
1984 Roadblock file card. Heavy machine gunner. Codename Roadblock. File name Hinton Marvin F. Primary military specialty infantry heavy weapons. Secondary military specialty cook. Birthplace Biloxi, Mississippi. Grade E4. Roadblock's dream was to be a gourmet chef. He was working as a bouncer to earn money to attend the Escoffier school in France when an army recruiter convinced him that the army could train him to be a chef. Roadblock joined but found army menus and preparation techniques too appalling. Transferred to the infantry, qualified expert M2 Browning 50 caliber, heavy machine gun. I said that weird. Qualified expert M2 Browning 50 cal, heavy machine gun, all Warsaw packed heavy machine guns, M16, M19, 11A1 auto pistol.
Feel better.
A 50 cal Browning weighs 84 pounds. Add 50 pounds for the ammo. That's about 134 pounds of steel, generating 2,930 FPS in muzzle velocity at a cyclic rate of 550 RPM. Anybody who can handle that doesn't need a machine gun to keep me away. The page number was in front of it for me. So yeah. So that gives us a little bit to work with.
Yeah.
And before we get any further, I'd like to thank 3D Joe's for all these classic images of the file cards and the figures.
Yeah, you guys are great.
3D Joe's. 3D Joe's. 3D Joe's. That's weak. That's all I got. All right. So this takes us into Roadblock's primary military specialty, or his secondary military specialty, is actually cook, because we've already talked about infantry and other things, 11 Bravo. But let's find out more about cooking. So it said he started out as a chef program. My guess would be it was Army culinary specialist, MOS 92G. So you would first complete basic training, which takes 10 weeks, and then AIT, which takes 9 weeks. That would be at Fort Lee, Virginia. Around here.
Yep.
Responsible for preparing and cooking food in the field or garrison. Culinary specialists complete all functions of the kitchen, from ordering and storage to food prep and storage. They must also be knowledgeable about nutrition and work on creating recipes and menus. This MOS provides opportunities for soldiers to prove their skills and receive culinary certifications. Certifications is how normal people say it. Through the American Culinary Federation that are recognized in both the military and civilian sectors. So he could. The recruiter did not lie to him. Now, is it the same as working in, getting the experience in Paris, France? Well, maybe not, but it does give you something.
I can imagine that, man. I mean, you're always going to be cooking.
Yeah. So, of course, then he transferred to 11B and took up. So these are his qualified expert weapons: the M16, M1911A1, M249 is a current machine gun, and then there's the Browning Modus. That's the one that he's most associated with. Whereas Rock and Roll has the M60. This is what Roadblock likes to just pick up and run around with.
Nice.
Right. But it's awesome.
He got this all day.
Yeah. So here's his packaging. We still got the explosion effect. We see him there just carrying it around like it's
nothing. Yeah.
Like it's just made of PVC, that gun. Pure PVC.
That guy's a beast.
We can see the cross cell in the back is ever expanding. And actually we've knocked out a fair number of those figures.
Oh yeah.
In our own progress. So the breakdown, He does come with a helmet, although I don't have a picture of him wearing it. But that would only distract you
from the pate,
from the beautiful skin level haircut he's got.
Yeah.
He does come with a tripod that you can store on the backpack or use for the weapon. He has his machine gun. He does have a backpack. He's got a pistol molded on his leg. He has a knife molded on his leg, and he's got a grenade molded on his web gear. So he's got a fair assortment of weapons. He's pretty decked out. The only thing he doesn't have is like a lot of extra ammo, but I assume, you know, maybe that's in the backpack. There is a separate piece that comes out that I think is supposed to represent like an ammo can. I didn't list that because it's
itself, like
it's in the backpack. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a piece that pops out. I never used it that way, but I think that's what it's supposed to represent. Or so you know, you could count that. But
older now, you have a little bit more insight.
right.
I'm sorry, I keep going back to the ball thing, man. Like, I see what you did. He's bald, you're bald. You guys make me jealous. Like, I'm just thinking.
Right. I just shave it off. Just anybody can do this.
Would you believe that I was bald once by choice?
Yeah,
like I went. And I did it for a couple of months. I went bald. Yeah. I was 18 years old. And I just one day, man, I did a Britney Spears before Britney Spears. Just boom, I shaved it all off because I saw this one dude and I was like, man, that dude looks good.
I mean, we do generally.
You know?
We do.
I was like, yeah, because he had the beard. Like before, you know, now it's cool to have the longer beard. Like
right.
So the dude was like, all right, he had you know, the beard coming down, the tape, all of that, but he was bald, and I was like, man, I could pull that look off.
Yeah.
And then so no, I can't.
It's hard to do this and then be clean shaven because then you kind of look like a baby doll. You know, it's too much flesh. So if you don't have this, you got to have something down here,
right? To break it up, right?
It's a natural progression of your hair anyway. It's just gonna slide on
instead
back
of falling
down.
off, it fell down.
Yeah, and then goes your shoulders and back and other places you don't want it.
But yeah, dude, I don't have any pictures of that time. But yes, I was bald.
Really? You're not celebrating your baldness?
Well, you know, I used to wear bandanas a lot. You know, I used to wear so. But nobody, listen. You know what the problem was? Also, nobody told me that your head, when you first shave your head, right, and you do it in the middle of winter, where there's no sunlight in New York, right, you're not going to get a tan. That there's a distinct color variation between all of that and then your actual skin color that sees the light of day. Nobody told me that. So, you know, bandanas and hats, man.
Suddenly I have the Bane line come to my head. You have adopted the baldness. I was born in it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we went in on that one, but
it
was a trying time for me.
There is still hair here if I let it grow out, you know, but it's not worth it. It's so much harder to shave it after that, and it's just not worth it.
Right. No, it's a good look.
There's a reason I did this in the first place.
Yeah. It's a good look for you, dude.
I'm not hiding a Brad Pitt head of hair under there. They're just like, oh, I like to do this for fun.
Just take the wrapping off.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. Here's my blue steel. Right. For some reason, I feel like it's the same. For some reason, I saved this for diorama stuff. Thought it would be useful at some point.
There you go.
There, now I got long hair. So,
idiot.
Because you know, I feel like sometimes.
Why are you doing the?
I gotta keep it tucked. My hair's so long, I gotta keep it tucked behind my ear. So then we get into the classified
Yeah.
heavy artillery roadblock box and art.
Oh, damn.
The classified artwork. I couldn't find a full picture of the roadblock art. It is done by Mike Thompson. You can find him on Instagram at Mike Artworks or MikeArtworks.com. This is great art. Great art. Roadblock's not one of my top 10 Joes, but I would hang this poster up. I think it definitely fits the character. Definitely represents the figure.
Yeah,
very well. Yeah. So what does he come with? He comes with his heavy artillery blaster, is what it's referred to as. I don't really know what gun this, a minigun maybe. I'm not sure exactly what
I don't know
kind of weapon that is. Yeah, it's he does have a helmet, which would cover like my hair, for example. He does have a pistol.
The tuck. He did the hair tuck.
It's just natural for me.
Just
it's an awkward stage right now because I'm trying to grow it out so I can pull it back.
Real talk though. Do that part again when you do this and slow it down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put like harps playing in the back. Like
what about Dreamweaver? Ooh, Dreamweaver. Yeah. I was just making sure it is as ridiculous as it looks from my. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. So yeah, 2 grenades. He's got them molded on his web gear. He's got a pistol. He's got his helmet. The little drum comes off the. I'm pointing like you can see that.
The canister.
Do that. Yeah, the canister comes off the machine gun, so you can reload if you want.
With the same one.
Yep.
So realistic. I'm just saying.
Who is your favorite Marvin? Why don't you go first?
All right. Obviously I like the classified one.
Sure.
More date. Now the one that looks like him, I really don't feel like we know his identity of, like who he is as a character overall just by reading the file card.
Right.
We know he's heavy infantry. He's super smart when he gets into something, and he's a chef. But I gotta go old school on this one, man. Just because he's not as I guess detailed. I like that he has a little bit of chub to him because that's how I imagine him in my mind. A big dude, like a George Foreman type guy. Not ripped, just big.
Right. More like he's like or Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah. Not Terry Crews. Nothing wrong with Terry Crews, but
right. Terry Crews, perfect. Right.
And I like that his gun is not so huge. Like it's actually, realistic, a little bit more than that big, huge barrel of a minigun on the other figure.
Right.
I mean, that has to be a liability unless you're posted up somewhere. You know what I mean? Because you are not walking fast.
It's probably a little absurd to think that he can just run around and, well, for one thing, the Browning 50 cal has 2 triggers on it. It doesn't have just the one, because people don't run around and go with this gun. Now it's a G.I. Joe version of the weapon, so it's probably like the XM2 or something like that, because that's what they do. They'll take the real thing and then give it a
lightweight pommler.
That's right. So
I said polymer. Just in case, I know some people listen to us. They be like, no, he said that wrong. That's not it. This idiot.
Yeah, don't make us look bad, people. Don't make us look bad. But
yeah. Hey, AgentChuckles, what happened?
Here, it's been me all along. So This is what I'm going to wear when I rob a bank. Okay, enough of that. So yeah, so it's a little bit ridiculous to think that he's running around with this 50 cal machine gun. It seems to me to be even more ridiculous that he's running around with this thing. Maybe this is meant for that, but
yeah.
So my pick is for version 1 Roadblock from 1984. I feel like the classified figure really just is more or less just a modern straight interpretation of the original. And if you know me, you know the original figure will always win if the new figure is not really it doesn't improve on the original figure. It just does what the original did, and I think that means that the original figure should be the winner.
There you go.
Yeah. So awesome. We've done it. So grab all the kids, grab your family, gather around.
It's finally happening.
Because now it is time
I've been waiting so long.
For casting call. All right. So casting call. Again, what we do here on casting call is we pick an actor or actress to play a particular Joe or Cobra. The one rule being that the actor or actress has to be from the state or country or territory or wherever the original character is from. Would you like to go first? Or would you like me to go first?
I would like to go first.
All right, well, you go first.
Now, my man being from Mississippi, looking for actors, there wasn't a lot of pickings there.
Not a ton.
And then I was scrolling, and I saw one that stood out to me. Two, but I picked one.
Okay.
All right. So this dude, we know him.
We love
him. Okay.
Right.
And see if you know who that is. James Earl Jones, baby. All right. And for those of you who don't know where this picture is from, he played Tulsa Doom and Conan the Barbarian. He was the bad guy. He was the main bad guy, in that movie. So my mind automatically went to that James Earl Jones. I can see him wanting to be a chef. Look at that face. That's an infantry face. He's like, man, I gotta lug this thing around, man. Like, yo,
the irony with you picking this picture is that's the haircut I had before I lost my hair. Oh, awesome.
That's
all right. All right. He's very I can't take my eyes off of him.
It draws you in.
Yeah, I'm right? drawn. Like, a little afraid, but I'm drawn.
Right.
All right.
Now imagine that face walking to you with that big ass gun.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. All right, my pick is Ving Rhames.
Oh.
He has the meat.
Yeah.
Experience with firearms plus has the meat. Now here's the thing. The one downside to Ving Rhames is that Roadblock generally is depicted as being tall. I said Michael Clark Duncan earlier. He honestly would have been probably perfect.
Cool.
I don't know where he's from, but I don't think he's from Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Or I would have probably picked him. But Michael Clark Duncan has the look. He has the attitude.
Oh yeah.
He's in the food commercials. He has the meat.
Yeah.
And look at that face. It looks to me just like the original toy face to me.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah,
that would be his role. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So I think Ving Rhames would be my roadblock. Yeah. So and Ving Rhames is not very tall, I guess is the point I was trying to make. I mean,
Right. You made it. You
I think
made it.
he's close
You
to
made it,
6,
buddy.
but he's not like 6'4", 6'5", or anything like that. His personality gives him an extra couple inches.
Right.
You know, he's tall compared to Tom Cruise. So there's that. Well, all right.
I don't know, man. I like Ving Rhames.
Yeah, yeah. I
Ving
like.
Rhames.
You know, I did see James Earl Jones, but I didn't consider the Conan aspect.
Yeah, that could see that's where I was thinking, but I like Ving Rhames, man. And you know what's crazy? I know he's in the Mission Impossible movies. I've seen him in a couple of other things. But the one thing that's always been so memorable to me was I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I swore you were going to go with Pulp Fiction, but okay.
No, I know. I remember that one, but it was Chuck and Larry. Here's why. When you
Okay.
look at Ving Rhames, he's always so serious, right?
Mm.
He's always so serious, man. He's a
Right.
tough guy, or he's a
Right.
serious dude. You know, that's his
Right.
demeanor, and I say almost typecast in that, you know, that role. That's him.
Sure.
you
Sure.
know? And in Chuck and Larry, man, in the shower scene, and my man just starts, I'm every woman. Yo, he just made me laugh so hard because you did not see that coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just like so hilarious because he's a good actor. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
played the
No,
role.
yes.
Bro. Like, it was hilarious to see that dramatic shift. So every time I think of Big Marines, that's the role I see him in. Like, because that role was so good, man. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that does it here for Plastic Profiles. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Would mean a lot to us if you would do that. We also have our various social media enterprises that we do. You can find my links in the description. But Stephen the Writing Dad, why don't you tell us a little bit about yours?
Well, I invite everyone and every one of your friends to come and join me on the Writing Dad Show. That's on the YouTube channels and the interwebs. All right. Basically, all you dads out there, it's tough being a dad. Nothing against the moms. Moms are great. You guys do a lot. But dads, you barely get any recognition out there, man. And it's tough. We don't take into account everything that we do as well because we're trying to support our family. We're going out, we're working all the time. When we get home, you want to spend time with your wife. You know, you got to spend time with your kids. There's always something to fix, always something to do. There's a lot of stress going on, and nobody's really talking about the importance of a dad in the household. So come join me. You can hear, some insights that I've gathered. Some interviews are coming up. Great, great, great stuff. Come out, share.
All right. Awesome. I'll be there. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Until next time, yo, Joe, everybody.
Yo, Joe.